Welcome to another S&P Futures day trading recap on an Apex evaluation account. Apex is having another huge sale. From now until March 7th, you can sign up for your own Apex account with my link in the description and use my coupon code for 80% off the first month and 80% off all recurring months. Price seemed to be getting repeatedly rejected from the EMA, so I was looking for short setups. I see a second entry short setup form, but I don't enter because the signal bar was bullish. After a nice bearish signal bar, I take a failed second entry long setup with a limit order so that I could set my stop one tick above the red signal bar and adjust my profit target so that it was just one tick more than my stop loss as per my trading rules. Thankfully, my target gets hit quickly and I scalp out for my first win on this eval account using price action concepts. I see price has started to form an uptrend and even broke through the previous high of day with little resistance. When price retraces back down to the EMA and seems to bounce off of it, I take a second entry long setup off a great bullish signal bar, even though it was a little far from the EMA and trend line. After price gets close to my target but reverses, I get nervous that I tried entering long too close near the high of day. I thought price action was shaping up to be a bullish trend day, especially since pre-market was so bullish, but I see now that it may have been a little risky to go long so close to the high of day. Anyway, one of my rules is to never exit a trade early, and I view each trade I take as paying the stop loss risk to see if price can hit my profit target. This helps me mentally accept the full stop out before I enter each trade, so I never have a reason to exit early. Even though things look hairy for a little, I let my trade fully play out, and thankfully price does surge upwards one more time to let me scalp out for my second win of the day. Price begins to form another bullish channel, and once again I look for long setups when price retraces to the EMA. It consolidates for a bit, but after I see a very bullish signal bar, I decide to take the second entry long setup. I knew that it was a bit risky since this was trading the first break out of a range which usually fails, so I set a very conservative profit target and adjusted my stop loss accordingly to make the reward to risk ratio 1-to-1. Sure enough, price continues to surge through my stop entry order, and I quickly scalp out for my third win in a row. After price makes a new high of day, I am now pretty confident in a bullish trend day, so I take another second entry long setup that bounces from the EMA and trend line. This setup didn't have a great signal bar and was in a bit of a congestion zone, but I thought it was still a decent setup given how bullish price action was. Unfortunately, this time price gets close to my profit target before reversing back down to stop me out for my first loss of the day. I also later see that after I get stopped out by one tick, price reverses back upwards and continues its bullish trend upwards. My trade bias was correct, but this just wasn't the best setup because of all the previous overlapping bars, and I just need to avoid trading in congestion going forward. I identify a perfect second entry long setup when price breaks downwards out of a very strong bull channel, and I set a stop entry order above a bullish signal bar right by the EMA. Price action rules dictate that the first break out of a strong trend usually fails, and the EMA had been holding all day that I was confident price would bounce back up from there. Sure enough, the bounce I was anticipating does happen, and I quickly scalp out for another win based on price action concepts. Long setups have been working all day, so no reason to stop now. I identify a failed second entry short setup in the afternoon when price once again breaks out of a bullish channel down towards the EMA and seems to bounce from it. I take the setup after seeing a strong bullish signal bar, as I think there could be trap traders who went short, thinking this could be the end of day reversal. I was okay with setting my profit target above the high of day because of the strong trend day. Price does chop around a bit after my entry, but with my stop loss set below the EMA that had been acting as support all day, and my rule about not exiting any trade early, I let the trade fully play out. The EMA continued to act as support, and price eventually chops its way up to hit my profit target for my fifth win of the day. Well, clearly bulls were in full control all day, and thankfully my new price action entry rules presented many long scalping opportunities for me to capitalize. These were the only ones I saw while I was monitoring the charts, but I'm sure that there were even more that I missed. As I mentioned in my previous video, trading really is just a game of probabilities, and you have to keep taking trades based on your setup until you have enough data points to smooth out any short-term variance, and today's trading results seem to validate that. The evaluation account is now back to 49,945. After losing my first 4 trades of the account, I won 5 and lost 1 today to bring the overall win rate from 0% to 50%. Of course, I'm just getting started, so there's still a lot more trade data to collect before making any conclusions about the strategy's effectiveness, but today was definitely a confidence booster, and I'll hopefully get better at identifying higher probability setups as I get more experience with it. I also want to mention that I was specifically training my trader psychology over the past few months to better accept losses and also not to exit any trades early and let them fully play out. This skill really came into play today, as I was able to patiently sit through some consolidation after entering some trades without exiting early, and was able to hit my profit targets in most cases. I'll continue to focus on making my trading decisions as objective as possible, as I truly believe that the secret to consistent profitability is to be able to take every single trade that meets your entry rules without any emotion, and letting the long-term edge gradually build profits over time. As always, thanks for watching. Please leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe so you're notified of the next time I post a trade recap. In the meantime, I'll continue posting daily profit and loss updates in my channel's community tab.